welcome to our show, Seniors and Citizens. This is a premiere show of our program today, and you'll be seeing us almost every week, regularly, almost every, premiering every week, or whatever you want to call it. We have called it Seniors and Citizens for the fact that we have some seniors here. Our panel consists of seniors in high school, and you, our citizens, are watching us. And we do have a senior citizen right here. So, our guest today is Kathy Mr. Magner, Mr. Lawrence Magner from Millis High School. We have Adam Chase, Kathy Mayer, and Chrissy Bellier with us today, here to talk about the International Club. And what exactly is the International Club, Mr. Magner?
Well, it's not a laughing matter. The International Club is a group of students at the high school that's been together for years and years and years. It comes out of the old AFS Club. Do you know what that was?
No.
American Field Service, where after World War I, a lot of people came back from Europe, enjoyed it, but Europe was destroyed, so they wanted to get Americans to go back to Europe to help rebuild it. So they found this organization called AFS. It turned out to be a student exchange service. Pretty funny, huh? A student exchange service where people came over from Europe to here. And we had an AFS club at school for a lot of years. And then we decided to reform as the International Club. Now this year we're going to do something pretty special this year.
What's that?
Well, we're going to go to Russia. We're taking a group of students from the high school and some of the parents in town, some of the citizens with us. Senior citizens. We're taking them to the Soviet Union with us on a student peace trip this year. Yeah, senior citizens, regular citizens, little citizens, all kinds of citizens.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
It is, it is.
How long will we be going?
We're going to go for 12 days. We're going to go February 15th through the 24th, I believe it is, February school vacation. And originally the trip was scheduled just for kids who wanted to go, kids from the school, but a lot of adults in the town expressed an interest, so we're taking a few adults along with us too. Right now, there are 22 people who are joining us on the trip to Russia. We're going in February.
Why February?
A couple of reasons. Good question. A couple of reasons. February is really cold in Russia. Really cold. The coldest time of the year there. And so you might think that'd be the worst time to go, but actually it's the best, because during the Russian winter is when they have their greatest festivities and their festivals. It's when the country comes together. And we're going to partake of that. Plus, a lot of students who did want to go with us were going to go to the prom in April, so they couldn't go if we went in April, so they decided to come along in February to join us. Want to know what we're going to do?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Sounds great.
I want to tell all you people out there what we're going to do, and how you can get involved in this trip going to Russia. We're going to be going for 12 days, a group of students from the high school and a group of adults from within town, and not just the town of Millis, too. I have to emphasize this. This trip is open to students outside of the town, KP, Medfield High School, Holliston, and to adults from outside of the town. So if anybody's interested in joining us, they should give me a call at the high school. That's 376-7011. What's the number?
376-7011.
Right, 376-7011, area code 508. Ask for Mr. Magner, and I'll be glad to talk to him and tell him about the trip. We will be going for 12 days, as I say. Here's an itinerary, and we will be going to Leningrad, to Moscow, and to Tbilisi, the capital of Soviet Georgia in the southern part of Russia. We will be going during the high festival season, so we'll be going to the Bolshoi Ballet.
What's that?
It's
Oh, ballet.
a ballet, the most famous ballet in the world. We have free tickets to that. And let's see, what else? We have tickets to the Moscow Circus. And the Russian government has invited the students to come into the schools and visit with Russian students while we're there.
Oh, wow.
And they're providing us with a guide from New York City all the way over and back. And we will be touring the length and breadth of the eastern part of the country. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be educational, too. Kids are going to learn a lot there.
So how many people at maximum can you take?
30 people at maximum. We have 22 people now who are going. on the trip, and a number of people who said they're interested in going. If some of the people who are interested in going decide not to go, then we'll make their space available.
Now, how long do you have before you have to decide?
The final payment for the trip is due December 16th. The first deposit, which is $200, is due this Friday coming up, but we can still sign people on after that. So I would say I'd say mid-October would be the latest for anyone to decide if they wanted to join. And even that, right now, they'd have to wait for someone not to go to join the trip. I think there will be a couple of openings, though. I wouldn't close the door on that.
Do the
Sounds
people
like
that are going, do they have to exchange their money for rubles to purchase things there?
Yep. When we get there, the Russians will take care of all of that. We can spend some dollars in the Soviet Union in some of the schools. I mean, some of the businesses, shops. But we can't spend them other places, and they want us to get rubles. So it's very strictly controlled how we do that. That's about the only control we have on the trip. The rest of it is pretty wide open for where we go and what we can do. And I'm looking forward to going there in February because this is the Russian winter. It's something to be experienced. And I want to get a fur hat while I'm over there. Russian fur hat, one of those ones like that. I do want to do that, and we're going to go ice skating in Gorky Park. If anyone's read Gorky Park or seen the movie where that famous murder took place,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah.
found the body without the face, and the American and Russian detectives solved the mystery. It was set in Gorky Park, and Gorky Park is lit at night for skating, and they sell all kinds of good food there, and we're going to go ice skating in Moscow in winter. That's going to be kind of
It's
fun.
going to be cold, so they have to bring all really winter clothes.
Winter clothes, it's going to be very cold. The average temperature is 15 degrees in Moscow in February.
Wow.
Down in Tbilisi, though, it's the south. It's the same latitude as Savannah, Georgia, so the temperature's up in the 40s and 50s down there. There are palm trees in Tbilisi, so it won't be that bad down there. But in Leningrad, where we're going to be going to see the Hermitage and Potemkin and the Winter Palace, it can be very cold in Moscow, too. But we'll be indoors most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like winter around here, but a Russian winter.
That sounds like fun. What
Yeah.
else does the International Club have in mind?
Oh, well, to pay for the trip, this is a problem. For someone who's going on the trip, it costs $1,887, $1,887, which seems like a lot of money. But the trip is paid for from Millis to Millis, all the way. All transportation is included. All meals are included on the trip. The visa, even the visa to get into Russia is included. All admissions, and we're staying at first-class hotels. We have 7 airplane flights total during the 12 days that we're going.
Wow.
So it's all included. So actually it comes out to be a pretty cheap trip when you look at it. But even so, for students, that's a bit of money. So we have some fundraisers planned. And if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about those, the people at home, to the citizens. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Fundraisers. Let me tell you about these fundraisers, folks. They're going to be fantastic. Coming November 18th at 3 p.m. in the afternoon is a group that your children will positively adore if they don't already love them. We're having a children's holiday concert featuring Rosenschanz. I don't know if you can get a camera on the poster over here. If you can, that'd be great, so people could see what we're talking about. Rosenschanz is a group. Actually, there are 4 people with 2 main singers. They do children's music. They are known all over the country. They just cut their their 3rd album, but they just put together their first hour-long TV special. It's being shown on the Disney Channel. I'm not sure when it's coming up on the Disney Channel, but they've gone terribly professional. But they have agreed to come to Millis High School on Saturday, November 18th at 3 p.m. Tickets are selling very quickly, but we still have some available at the high school. So you can call 376
7011.
Right, 7011, and get tickets to see Rosenschanz. They cost $10 a piece, and it's going to be a fantastic day. I talked to Gary Rosen on the phone the other day. He says he will be sticking around afterwards with Bill Schanz to give out teddy bear hugs to the kids. The kids should bring their teddy bears and their sunglasses for the teddy bear rock and roll number, which is very famous. You girls will enjoy that too. Rosenschanz appeals to kids from 3 years old to 7 years old. The tickets are selling like hotcakes, and so if anyone's interested, they should come and see Rosenschanz. Then later on in the season, January 13th, the folk troupe the Mandala Folk Ensemble will be coming. Can you see that? They'll be coming to Millis High School. They were here a couple of years ago, and they just set the stage on fire. There are 35 people in this troupe. They do a 2-hour program of song and dance from all over the world. They're very, very exciting. Their costumes are all authentic, bought in the countries, Mexico or Russia or Poland or Bolivia, wherever they are, they buy costumes, and they're coming to Millis again. And there's a lot of interest in this group. A lot of people asked me the last time they were here, can we ever get them back? And we did get them back, and this is your chance. If you missed them before, come and see them now. So Mandala is coming in January, and you can get tickets for them through the high school office, or tickets for Rosenschatz. So we're using those groups as a way of raising money to offset the cost for the trip, for the people who are going on the trip, the students. We also have some other things I think we should talk about. Another fundraiser, raffle tickets. Uniglobe Action Travel in Millis has donated to the International Club, or to 2 lucky winners, I should say, a free trip to Bermuda for 2 people, for a couple at the Grotto Hotel in Bermuda, 4 days and 3 nights, all expenses paid. And the kids at Millis High School have raffle tickets, and they're selling these for $1 a piece. So if anyone's interested in going to Bermuda, they can get a ticket from any one of the kids for $1 and win a free trip to Bermuda.
I heard that there were classes that these people have to take for 5 days. Can you explain that?
Yeah, these kids who are going on this trip are going to earn a credit from Millis High School, which can be listed on their college transcript, and it will be a credit in a course we're calling Russian Studies. Because they are going on their own vacation time, they are going in winter to Russia, and they are going to schools there. And before they go, they're going to have to take some classes here at night. And in January, we will be having classes on the Russian language, 2 classes on that, 1 class on Russian history, and 1 in Russian geography. Plus, we'll be showing some movies, Dr. Zhivago, and some Russian travel logs of the places that we're going to over there. So the kids have to earn their way, and they have to earn the credit. But when they get back, what an experience, right? They're going to be able to say next year, I went to Russia during the most exciting time in its life, when they are totally changing over from a communist society, and they're coming out of their shell after all these years. And the Russian government's excited that we're coming, and they let us know about that.
Are they going to be going to real classes and learn? Well, how could they learn?
They won't be learning, but we'll be sitting in on classes to see what the Russians are learning, and we won't understand much of what's going on. We will be going to their English classes as people who speak English fluently, and we'll get to teach them some English over there. And our kids are going to become teachers, the kids who are going on the trip. So that's going to be kind of a lot of fun for them.
There's students from other schools going with us?
Yeah, some students have, well, I'm not sure if they're going yet, but they've expressed an interest in going. And all of the schools in the surrounding area have been notified and invited to join us on this trip. And if we have to, I think we probably could expand beyond 30 if we had to. I'd have to get a couple more chaperones to help us out on the trip. Right now we have enough chaperones for the size group that we have.
Now, as far as, let me ask a question. As far as your fundraisers and all the things you're having planning to February, let's see, right now it's September. You only have, 5 more months till you go.
Yeah.
How much is that going to, cut down the cost on things?
Well, we figure that we can raise about $7,000 in the next couple of months from all of our different fundraisers. I haven't talked about all of them, but we figure we can raise that much money. And then it depends on the student's work. If a student really works hard and sells many, many tickets to the concert, that student will get a big discount on their trip cost. Whereas some students, maybe they have lots of money. Hey, joking with that. Maybe they have lots of money, right? And they don't want to work, so they'll pay the full $1,800. These are my students up here, and they give me a hard time.
Now, what is this? Is this
That's a
part
pencil.
of the fundraisers?
Yeah. See these folks? This is truly an international effort. The Chinese government made these pencils. And on the pencils it says, the 1990 tour to USSR. And it also says China on it. So we have the Russians, we have the Chinese, and we have the Americans all involved. We're going to sell these pencils for only $1 a piece.
Oh,
Don't
my.
sharpen them
my.
and write with them. These are souvenirs. These are not to be trinketed with. This is something special that you save for
Only
years and
$1?
years.
That's
Only
it?
$1.
That's it. Wow, what a
$1.
bargain.
Well, she's making fun of me here because she gets those cheap pencils on the floor over at school that she finds. But these pencils here are very special souvenir pencils. They're not the kind of pencils you'd write with. They're special
So we don't
souvenir
get one
pencils.
free then?
Absolutely not.
We have
I
to
want
buy
them
'em.
back afterwards.
Collector's items.
Yeah, they are collector's items, and just like you wouldn't take your best china on a barbecue, you won't write with these pencils. You'd probably want to frame it and hang it up. So you can get these
Probably.
pencils. Some kids will be coming around selling these for $1 a piece. Hey, that $1 goes towards their trip, right? And it'll help defer their costs. So you may want to spend $1 to help the kids out. You know what I'd like to do?
What?
Can I mention the people in town and out of town who have helped in this trip?
Sure, go ahead. It's all
All right,
yours.
I've got a list here. This town is really neat, and so is the area, because a lot of people are coming together to sponsor this. And right now, I'd like to thank and have you go out and thank on your own these groups. The Oak Tree League in Millis, which has really helped us a lot with financial contributions. Don Graves Signs, an old business in town who's helping us out. Bogastow Fish and Game Club, another group of great people. The Millis Shell Station, who gave us lots of help when we had our car raffle last spring to raise money for this trip. Mr. Naughton, Dennis Naughton at the high school, who will be teaching the night classes on his own time for free. He's a Russian expert, incidentally. Framingham Printers, who put together many of the flyers that you people have been seeing around town and finding on your windshields. Sheer Perfection, you know what they do?
What? Cut hair?
They cut hair,
Do they
buying
cut your
ads.
hair before you go?
Oh, sure, absolutely. They'll cut anybody's hair.
Yeah.
They're
free?
buying ads in our program, and people, you can buy ads in the program too. Dee Sheridan of Avon Products, Mr. and Mrs. Scott Thurston, who donated a car to the club. Mr. Kanji, Mr. Gubala, who have been helping us out with TV production and computer work. Julie's Hallmark, downtown. GAF Corporation, which made financial contribution to us. Roach Brothers, sneakers and stuff. And Copyright Copy Center. Those are just some of the groups. I jotted them down. I'm sure I left some off, and I'll mention you people the next time I'm on TV. I'm sorry if I did. I'll leave you off. But these are good people in the town who have really helped us out to get this trip off the ground.
Sounds like it's going to be a great time.
Oh, I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
super.
Yep. You want to go?
I'd like
can't
to.
afford
You
it.
want to pay for me?
See, these guys are kind of poor mouth here. What you can do is you can work hard and join us. And the trip is open, as I say, to students of Millis High School and other schools. And it is going to be a student peace trip, and we're doing some neat things. We're bringing some letters to some people in Russia from people back here who haven't been able to get them through the mail. And we're making some phone calls for some people who have been trying to contact their relatives for a long time. And we're looking forward to picking up some neat souvenirs and having a lot of fun while we're over there.
Well, okay. I think right now we have a tape of Mandala to show at one of the. What is it? It's a concert, is that?
Yeah, Mandala will be putting on a performance at the school January 13th, and this is a little film clip of what people can expect to see. Turn up your TV sound real loud when you hear Mandala, because you want to pick up the drums and the instruments. They play live on stage.
They look like they're going to be wonderful. Getting
They are,
to
they
share.
are. You know, I have to apologize for the quality of the film, though. That was taken by an amateur in the audience at Millis, and later on this month, if the people on TV here tune in, they'll see a professional production by Mandela and a professional production
Oh, yes.
by Rosenschantz, which was done by their own camera people, and it's a thrilling show. But they're super. Didn't you feel like getting up and a dance then?
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, well, you guys weren't watching. I had to hold these people down here. Yeah. Especially that one in the end. She was just tapping away over there.
So Kathy, tell me, what do you think about the international club trip to Russia?
I think I'm really interested. I want to go, but I really can't afford it.
You think it's too much money for a student our age?
Well, it's a lot of money for us to raise, but I mean, I think it's a cheap price for, it's paying for all your meals, right?
Yep.
And for all your transportation and, where you stay, so I think it's a really good price.
Yeah.
Plus, it's the experience of a lifetime.
That's true. In
Yeah.
fact, you don't have to take any money with you, just an open mind.
Yeah.
And you never know how fast you will grow up until you
Pretty
put
cheap
into a
then, huh?
situation like it is cheap. You figure you go into a hotel in Boston one night, it's cost over $100, $200.
Yeah.
And this whole trip is going to cost less than that for a day, including all your meals, and entertainment, admissions, everything. Plus a flight across the ocean. All of that is going to be included. So I'd say it's probably a good deal. Yeah, pretty special deal.
It sounds like one, and it sounds like the club is working hard to raise money too.
Yeah, the kids are really breaking their backs on this one.
Yeah.
They're going to try hard because this is probably going to be the only chance any of us gets to go to the Soviet Union. And to go now when things are happening over there is really extra special.
How many seniors do you have going? Any at all?
Oh, I don't know about classes, who they are. I know we do have a mayor, a member of the mayor family coming with us. Sharon Mayer, right? Your
Yeah.
older sister who used to be a student here at the high school. She works for a local newspaper now, the Gazette, right?
Yeah.
County Gazette, that's
Yeah.
the name of it.
Yeah.
And she's coming to cover the story, so we will have press coverage while we're over there on the trip. Because this is important. This is not just a regular trip to Florida for the band or something. This is an important trip.
Those never seem to be regular trips to me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a blast, and I hope you have a good time. And I wish you the best of luck of raising money.
Oh, thanks. It'd be nice if you guys could join us, but if you don't, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll miss us.
Yeah, well, we will. No, it is going to be a lot of fun. And please, if anyone out there is interested, give us a call for school.
Now, what's the phone number again?
376.
7011.
Very good. We got that down all right. Yeah.
Adam, what do you think of it?
I think it's great. I went on the last one, so I'm all international clubbed out, But
So you're
sounds
not
like a
going
good
this year,
time.
Adam?
No.
Oh,
Financial times are rough.
yeah.
Adam went with us to British Columbia a couple of years ago, and that was a super trip too. Every 2 years, we're going to do another trip. 2 years from now, maybe Brazil, maybe Australia, but this year it's going to be the Soviet Union.
So if 2 years from now, if I was in college and I wanted to say you decided to go to Australia, because I know that is one place I would like to go, could I come back and go?
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely. Anyone who's graduated from school can come on back.
What if
Join
you're
us
a
up.
dropout?
What if you're a dropout?
You can still go, can't you?
Oh no, just keep dropping out. All right, Chrissy.
Well, just Chrissy, tell me, are you going to be going on this trip?
I don't think so. I planned starting February vacation.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know.
She's going shopping.
No, I'm going on another trip.
Yeah.
My family.
Oh, right. Well, that's good. Okay, well, if that's all for you, Mr. Magner, thank you for coming on and telling us about the international club activities for this month and for
That's
the
it.
months
Thanks a
upcoming.
lot.
Keep in mind that we do, that the International Club does have a lot of activities and fundraisers in mind in the future. And be looking for them, too.
Oak Tree, not Oak Tree, Pride Day, Miller's Pride Day. Oak Tree
yes,
League
they
will
will
be there.
be there.
Miller's Pride Day, we're
Yeah.
going to be there.
They'll be there at Miller's
Okay?
Pride
Come on
Day.
down and get your raffle tickets. Win a trip to Bermuda.
And this is our show, our premiere show of seniors and citizens. I hope you join us next week with our guest and another panel. And thank you very much. I'm your host, Sue Simpson. Good day.
Hi, my name's Laura Yeager, and I'll be your host today for Seniors and Citizens. On my panel, I have Susan Simpson, Adam Chase, and Jared Sturker. And today we're going to be talking about the decisions that face teenagers and how we're preparing for our life after high school. Jared, can you tell me what your college plans are, or if you have college plans?
Well, basically, I think I'm gonna go to any college that takes me. That's probably I don't have the greatest grades in high school, but maybe just take some night school courses and, get the ball rolling, get my grades up, get into a real school, and work from there, I guess. Sort of play it by ear.
Have you done anything to prepare yourself, or?
Oh, no. Well, I took my SATs and stuff.
Ooh.
Did that.
Yeah, right. It's the first stuff.
Adam, what are you planning after high school graduation?
Well, I'm planning to go into communications. I've been thinking about Emerson and looking into other colleges that take that kind of field, like broadcasting and radio broadcasting, something along that lines.
Looks like you're preparing yourself right now with this class.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I'm sort of doing that too. I'm planning to be a director, so
Of what?
eventually one day, like movies and
Buses.
stuff, So, I don't know. I'm doing more than I think, but I've looked into a few schools and stuff, and
Like what?
What?
like California community colleges.
Oh, California.
If you're there,
$15 a class?
yeah, if you're a resident for over a year, it's well, they're not all like $15 a class. I mean, I'm sure some are more than that, but
The yoga one?
they're not like, it's not like $1,000 classes like you find in other places. It's really like dirt cheap. It's not bad
Dirt school.
schooling either. It's not bad schooling. It's not.
Do you think that you'll be getting as good an education at a community college as, say, Adam will at Emerson, if
Well,
he goes there?
I don't plan to graduate from a community college. I just plan to go there to get my grades up so I can
You
get to a
don't
real
plan to
college.
graduate, you're just going to stay there?
No.
I think what he meant is he's going to go
Yeah.
there and get a little experience and then move on to a better school.
Transfer.
Yeah, see?
It's harder to transfer though in these days, I say.
But I really don't have a choice because if I try and apply to the school I want to go to for 4 years, it's going to be like Mass Bay, although I'd never disgrace myself by going there.
Never, well, why do you think it
Right.
turned out that way, Jared? I mean, why do you think those, why can't you go from here straight to a college that you want to?
Because I didn't work in high school.
Do you think that that happens with a lot of students?
Yeah, it happens to a lot.
So you might say that you're suffering now.
I wouldn't exactly call it suffering. I mean, I made my choices and my decisions, and I'm not going to cry and gripe over them.
So
You're
you
just
don't
going to
regret
go
them?
to the $15 school.
Right.
So you don't regret your decision?
No. I mean, if I had the chance to do it all over again, I'd probably work a little bit more, but I don't know. I mean, I'm still in high school now, and I still don't work. I don't know. It's just not. I'm more of a creative soul than a.
You
Than
see
a.
it in
We
you.
can see that.
Work just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know.
So what are you planning for after graduation?
Attending college. For a while I had thought of doing that. I didn't really want to go to college, but I decided to now.
And do you have any idea where you want to go?
BU was my first choice, and then Emerson, and after that I'm not really sure. Just communications. It's a good school for communications. It has, I wanted to have everything I want, So.
It's really hard to pick a college. What does the panel think about the difference between, say, community college, as Jared was talking about, as opposed to the more expensive private colleges?
Prestige, getting
Yeah.
a job afterwards.
Right.
If you go to a low-budget school, you're probably going to get a low-budget job.
Well, what about the education? Do you think that the education is of less quality?
Well, yes. It probably is of less quality, but probably, it just is upon how much of that you want to go by. Like, if you're going to go to a high school, they're going to train you very well for that subject, but it's probably broader in a lesser school.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. A lot of it depends on your professor, and a lot of it also depends on how much you want to get out of the course in particular.
Yes, but you have to agree that the name of the school, say you do go to Mass Bay, it does bring about Snickers and laughs from people.
Snickers.
Well,
But do you think
Keeps your
there's any validity to the thinking that
But not putting down people that go because that's what they want. That's what.
Well, yeah, like Jared said, I think you get out of college what you want. But another thing is, though, what can the college offer you? I mean, Mass Bay cannot possibly offer you as much as, say, somewhere like Harvard. You know, just as an Ivy League school, they probably can't because of the fact that they're government funded or not, and the funds, you know, and all the activities or whatever that are offered.
That's absolutely true. A school that you pay more to get into, of course, will have a higher trained staff than a more lower school. But that's not to say that, you know, you might go to a school like I'm going to school. I really think I know all the mathematics I need to know. I'm not worried about how much math I learn in school or English or as far as that goes. I might have a fabulous professor in directing or, you know, or whatever type of course I take that might, you know, in a low budget school, he might be just a fabulous guy, a fabulous professor, and I might learn a lot from him that I might not have learned from a real boring professor in a more expensive school. And, you know, the name of the school, of course, when you do get out is, you know, that's really when it smacks you in the face, like, haha, Mass Bay, you know, like Adam was saying, not to discredit anybody who's going to go there, but
They're good
you know.
transfer schools.
Right.
You probably learn while you're there, but then you can upgrade yourself to a more
Higher
quality
school for your diploma, for the name to say I graduated from. You know, that's basically what it comes down to.
Well, what about sheer economics? Sue, do you think that maybe a kid who hasn't, whose maybe parents, they don't have the money to send him to a $20,000 school, maybe he's just kind of left without much saying that he's got to go to maybe one of the state schools because of, you know, they can't afford to send him to one of those schools. Do you think maybe he's, you know, it's not his fault, but that he's just kind of left in the dust?
Well, in that factor, yes, but there's also financial aid. There's also the fact that this individual can get on, say, the dean's list has scholarships. There's always things like that they transfer. You know, I know my brother transferred from UMass at the beginning. That was the last place he wanted to go, and he ended up at BU because he was on dean's list and he got scholarships. Now, he wouldn't have been able to do that if, you know, he hadn't gotten, you know, such good grades at the BU. So there are ways, you know, if you try hard enough that you can do it, and the financial aid, you know, if it's available for you, you know, it can help you too. It may not get you to your first choice school. You can also get a job, a part-time job, your loans and everything, you know, that'll help you through, but it'll still get you somewhere higher than, you know, what you expect.
There probably are cases of kids who maybe have the skills and worked hard enough in school to get to Yale, but their parents just don't have enough money. There's no means. There's not enough even with financial aid that they do have to go to a lesser
I
school.
think that's true in a lot of cases. How do you think that, let's say that you've got the money, Adam, how do you feel that you've prepared yourself to go to college? Do you think that you're ready to go?
I'm definitely ready to go. I think it's time to leave this school. I've had enough of the high school experience myself.
Do you think that you've been prepared?
I'll probably be prepared in the education sense, but I'll probably be blown away by how big it is and all the people, because when you're in the 8th grade going to the high school, all we moved up is from one hallway to 2. Now we're going to be going to huge schools.
Do you think that academically Millis has prepared you for what you're going to encounter in college classes?
No, but I guess they did their best with what they had. I can't put it all on their fault. I guess I didn't work up to what I should have, but.
So at this point in your education, you may be maybe thinking back and kind of regretting not having done all you could.
I think I should have had more choices of what I could take and had a more broad thing than just my standard math, English kind of, math kind of thing. You know, just to broaden out what I learned, because I would have liked to take maybe woods and tech draw. Just things to know that'd be good to know if maybe I don't succeed in my own field that I'm interested.
So you'd like a more broader education.
Right, because I mean, if I'm not interested in math, I have to take the required trigonometry, but when am I going to use that?
is there anyone else who has any views on that? Maybe being prepared or...
Well, as far as academically, I mean, Melissa, I guess, covers the academic basics, like Adam said, but I do think we are hurting as far as having electives. I mean, really. Plus I think the fact that you only get to take one elective is really not that fair either. You know, like you should be able to, they should break the day up into more periods so that you maybe have a chance to take wood, if we had a wood shop anymore. And art, you know, and TV production, as well as all your classes like math and English and science and history.
Well, I think as far as, I mean, I look at like King Philip, say, as a regional school, they have so much more to offer, like, you know, as far as 1 week you're doing your selected elective, you know, your shop or whatever you plan to do, the next week is your, you know, academics. They switch you around, they get you back and forth, and what you decide to do is what you do for those years, you know. I mean, you can transfer among the different shops, but, I mean, that's just a regional school. That's just a regular high school for 3 small towns that, you know, can't have one high school themselves. That's why I think, you know, as far as Mills and Medway regionalizing, I would offer, you know, the kids for upcoming years so much more.
I think we all agree that there are benefits as to regionalizing, and they are taking steps now to see if that happens, or to maybe decide if they'd like it to happen. Adam, how sure are you that you want to go into communications? I mean, you're so young now to decide what you want to be doing later in life.
I'm most definite because this really interests me more than anything else I've come upon. And I see myself going into this and wanting to learn more about it in college, and maybe having that in my work field after college.
Do you think that maybe if you had been given the opportunity to take more classes, as you're saying, a broader spectrum of classes, maybe you'd have, like, maybe you'd think differently about what you want to do?
Maybe if they had a speech class and, well, what do you mean by that question?
Maybe if you had been exposed to other areas of studies, you could have, or maybe been given a different idea of what you may want to do.
Besides communications?
Yeah, definitely. If I had other classes that, you know, that I haven't taken, you don't know what's going to interest you if you don't try it.
How do you feel, Sue?
Well, I know this is what I want to do. I know that. Well, I'm pretty sure of it, you know. After this summer, I'm most definitely sure this is, you know, after I take that course this summer. But as far as the TV productions class goes in Millis, I didn't really take advantage of it till this year, till after I had realized, till my, you know, that this is what I wanted to do, and I was sure of it. So I'm pretty sure about it now.
I want to ask Sue and Adam a question, if you don't mind, Laura.
No, I don't.
You are both going into the communications field, correct?
You bet.
Together, what exactly do you mean by communications? What are you looking for each of you to do?
Radio broadcasting, or just regular broadcasting, or even working in a station, maybe a reporter. Just different branches of it interest me.
So, like, you basically like the whole field, and you haven't quite varied down to exactly what you want to do.
Well,
would that include
less on the
TV
technical
production,
less on the technical end, and more on the
production, talent,
and yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I noticed after this summer, after doing a lot of the technical stuff behind the scenes, and I've done all the radio stuff, all the field work, and all the other studio stuff. It's the technical stuff that doesn't interest me as much as, you know, maybe on the scene. And, you know, I guess as far as I'm concerned, broadcast journalism is my probably first choice in communications. If that fails, maybe onto just journalism, or, you know, and then maybe radio would be my last choice. But
so
it's all communications together.
So, like, we're talking like anchor, like maybe an anchor woman, anchor
Yeah,
man
that's
type.
broadcast journalism.
What about
Alright.
after-school jobs? Are you doing anything now to prepare yourself?
No, I'm just working to get money, basically.
Where do you work at?
And I work at Trotter,
That's right.
right up the street here.
And-
Makes running machines.
And what exactly do you do?
A little bit
Basically
of
everything.
everything. I
Check.
work on machines. I mow the lawn.
Try them out, run them.
I
That's
tried.
a
I work.
special additive that
Yeah.
you can do after you work, not during. But
Yeah, I also work a charter treadmill, and I have taken advantage of running on the running machines when I was conditioning myself for football over the summer. And there's something, let me tell you.
Do you think that maybe having an after-school job kind of gets in the way of your educational studies?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine used to. My job now doesn't. I mean, I'm allowed to do my homework at work, so it works out pretty easily. But my job last year, I know I went straight from sports straight to work till 10:30 at night, and I wouldn't do my homework at all. So as you can see from my grades last year. But I mean, I know it affected my grades a lot last year.
Where do you
Yeah.
work, Seth?
Glen Ellen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Receptionist?
Yeah, so I'm allowed, I have time. As it gets slower in the year, I have time to do my homework, so it helps me, to keep myself going, because it gets boring.
I'll ask the panel, in general, do you think that maybe it's not a good idea for students to have jobs, considering...
I wouldn't say that it's not a good idea for them not to have jobs. I do think anytime that you work after school, any amount of hours is time that takes away from your free time, definitely. And I mean, I can't personally say because I usually don't do much of my homework at home anyway. I do it in school. But I would say that the amount of hours you work after school takes away from free time that you have, that where if you go home and you start watching TV for 3 hours instead of working for 3 hours, then you kind of feel obligated to do your homework. You get that feeling like, well, I've been watching TV all afternoon and I should do some homework. I've got some stuff to get done. But if you come home after work, you feel like, wow, I've just had a rough day and I went to school and I went to work and I'm going to watch TV before,
that's true.
before anything else.
Well, I'm lucky that I get to work out at 5 every day, and I don't have to work nights, and my schedule doesn't vary, so I know what is expected each day.
You can make
And
plans.
so I have a set thing to do. And it is hard getting around to homework.
I think it's a good advantage for students if they can keep it up. Some students do, some students can't. But I think it's good as far as money management and responsibility, and for later on in life they're going to
Yeah, it's a learning experience.
It is, and working with other people. I think they need that.
Independence.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned sports, that sports kind of also got in the way of your schoolwork. How important do you think sports are to a student?
I think they're very important. I think the teamwork, the competitiveness, and working with others, and just the fun of playing the game is important to the students. I think everyone that's interested in it should play, no matter whether they're good at the sport or not. But just the fact of the time they put into it, that the team can depend on them. That feeling. I think that they get a lot out of it.
So you think that sports are just as important in life in the long run as maybe taking an English course that teaches you valuable lessons?
Yeah.
Adam,
Yes.
how do you feel about sports?
I think they're good. I think you should either do one or the other. You should either work or you should do sports, because you just can't be a mute and sit in your house all your life. But I think working with others and, having somebody over with you so you can learn responsibilities, it's good for our students.
I think that sports also bring kids off keep kids off the streets and give them something to do.
Yeah.
Maybe if they're not working, and it may save them from hanging around the house and just kind of vegging out.
Yeah.
Being mute.
Can I ask you, Laura, what your plans are after high school?
I'll be going to college. I'm not quite sure where. I'm kind of bouncing around a few ideas. Communications is one. I'm not really sure though.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you, Adam, how do you think the guidance department is doing in helping you to prepare for college, and as far as maybe sending out the applications and helping you with that?
Start in Hutch.
Oh, I think they're doing a marvelous job.
Do you think that maybe they're an important part of your preparing for college?
Oh, definitely, because if they weren't there to distribute and tell you when certain events were like SATs, I probably wouldn't do anything. Just go through the year and say, I'll do it in the summer or something like that, and just never get around to it.
So then it is important to have the guidance
Yeah, that's
department.
true.
Yeah, it is important to have guidance.
Yeah, you need them to call you in sometimes and let you know just exactly where your status is.
Just to give you that little nudge to make you maybe want to work a little harder.
Well, not necessarily the nudge, but just the fact that at least they're keeping track of what's going on, you know? So, if it's, whether it's good news or bad news, at least they, you know, they've sort of got it, somebody to remind you, you know?
And it's kind of tough for us to be deciding now and make all these major decisions.
And the deadlines, that's a good point. It's probably the most useful thing they do is let you know when your deadlines are due.
I think that's as far as their job goes. I don't think they should be calling people down and discussing their problems when they haven't voluntarily gone to them.
Right. So you think maybe the guidance department should be there for those students who
There
need
for
the
their
help?
use, not there to be
Starsky and Hutch.
detectives, you know?
Okay, I'd like to just mention that October 17th, we're going to have an open forum in Millis, and I believe that'll be in the high school auditorium, in that cafeteria, and that is open to all Millis citizens who maybe want to voice their opinion.
7:30.
Oh, that'll be at 7:30 on October 17th.
Do you know anything about the open forum? We could.
Has anyone ever been to one of the forums? Or have any experience with them?
No.
No.
So I have a question for you, though, getting off the forum subject. Have you, besides BU, I know your experience there, visited any schools?
No. I have an interview planned with Emerson. Yeah, I do, and a tour, but as far as BU goes, that's, you know, mostly my main school,
Yeah, the main school.
I mean, you know, I know the most about that one. I don't really know where else to look. I mean, I've looked into communications, but I've seen what BU has to offer, and that's, you know, it's exactly what I want as far as internships and job placements and all that other stuff. It's, you know, it's exactly what I want.
You're not thinking of going out of state?
No, not really.
Really?
I don't really want to go too far. I mean, I want to go far enough away from home, but
They don't have to commute.
Yeah.
They could bring up the excuse.
yeah.
What about you, Adam? Are you planning on going out of state or?
I'm just going wherever I see is best. I don't want to, like, go to close, really. I'd like to go somewhere where I'm going to have a different environment, maybe like a new city or something like that. But I'll be perfectly willing to go to California if there's a good school out there, you know?
I think we're at the point in our lives maybe where we're willing to change and we want to change.
Definitely.
Coming from such a small town, maybe we want to experience big city and
I think it'll be a new and better experience for everybody if they choose that route. But if they don't, they might just sit in the small town for the rest of their lives.
Last year's class.
Right.
I think there are some students that maybe they don't want to choose the college route, and you know maybe they, you know, I don't want to say what they'll end up doing. Maybe they will end up kind of
Well, I'm not putting anybody down that wants to stay in the town and go about like that. That's perfectly fine if that's how they feel
That's
they
their
want to do.
choice, right.
Yeah, I'm not putting them down.
No.
I'm just saying, at one point or another, they should have another experience of, you know, not around this general tri-town area.
I personally, once I get my diploma, will leave Massachusetts forever.
Where do you think you'll go, Jared? Because you liked it well out here, huh?
Yeah. Well, my whole family lives in Pennsylvania, so that's really what I consider my home. This is just like my mother lives here and my school is here. That's all.
Well, that's how it is with me, but
And my mother's moving, so.
as far as commuting, I mean, it's the money as far as getting back and forth and seeing my family. I probably only see them on holidays. You know, I will be applying to UPenn, but I don't think that's going to be, you know, it'll be probably one of my choices if I don't get in anywhere else.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll probably go there, but as far as phone bills and all that other stuff, it's not, I don't know if it's really worth it considering it's just my family here. The rest of them are down in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
like Jared.
And coming from a small town, we maybe have been more into the family thing than someone from a city. Maybe, you know, spending holidays together, that is something you get used to, or seeing people on the weekend, seeing relatives on the weekend. Maybe, you know, we don't want to break away from that.
You mean like the family that branches off the family tree, not the immediate family? like your grandmothers and,
Yeah.
well,
I can see how somebody who's, if they've lived here all their life and their immediate family's here and the rest of their family's here and they've really never gone anywhere else, I can see how this is where they'd want to be.
they
I
could also be
understand that.
pressured by their relatives to stay in because they don't, even by your parents bringing up the excuse that we're not paying the bill for you to fly 3,000 miles to see us, so, you know, that's kind of a pressure to stay.
So I think that all in all, we're at a time in our lives right now where we've got a lot of decisions to make, and maybe we're kind of feeling the pressure on us.
Yeah.
Well, next week we're gonna hosting is gonna be Kathy Mayer, and I'm sure she'll have a good show.
One last thing I'd like to say is I'd like to wish Brian Balonis and Jen Birch both luck. They're two people on our, well, Balonis is a junior, but we can wish him luck too. Jen Birch is a senior, we've mentioned her before, that are having some problems, and hope that they get well soon.
That's right. If they get a chance to watch the show, and hope that, you know, we wish them well. Okay, I'd like to thank my panel, Sue, Adam, and Jared. And we'll see you next week on Seniors and Citizens.
I've been your host.
I've been your host, Laura Yeager.
Thank you. Bye.